Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk a little more about dreams. I received an email from someone asking me to explain nightmares. So even though I know I've already talked about dreams, I thought I would just touch on it today. Nightmares, again, first you have to look at the dream. We have to look at your life and what's going on in your life, and that is usually what's causing the nightmares. And nightmares, aren't all cruel and gruesome and, deathly. Nightmares are really just things that upset you. And usually it's your subconscious trying to get you to pay attention in your conscious state when you wake up. So it's trying to create a dream inside of you that you remember when you wake up, because most people don't remember their dreams. But to have something that's disturbing is usually a sign that something's going on in your life that you need to change. The person in the email mentioned possession. Could somebody be possessed? Well, you wouldn't just be having nightmares if you were possessed. You would have some serious problems, and those around you would be trying to get you help. They would be taking you to an exorcism. But nightmares in general are just disturbing dreams, and you need to pay attention to them. Write them down. Most people don't write down their dreams, especially when they're significant. If you don't normally dream and you dreamt something, write it down, because you're not going to remember the details later. Everyone does it. They go, oh, I'll remember, and you don't. You don't remember the significance. So then, your subconscious has to give you yet another nightmare because you're not paying attention. You're not getting what, your subconscious self is trying to tell you, and that you need to change something. And that's probably evident in your dream, whatever your dream is about. For example, the person who wrote in said that they keep having the same nightmare, that they keep falling to their death. And after asking several questions, I found out that they weren't falling to their death, they were falling. They assumed they were falling to their death, and assuming gets you nowhere. In order to find out why you're falling or where you're falling to, go back and the next night say, okay, I'm going to remember the entire dream. When I get up, I'm going to write it all down. And then you're going to see the significance of the dream. Maybe you were just falling down, literally falling, meaning you're letting go of something you either don't need to let go of, or you're not letting go of something that you're going to be pushed away from. You just need to truly write down everything. I can't stress that enough. Write down everything that you possibly can, and then go back to sleep. Once you write it down, you've released it. Once you done something like that, you let go of it. So it's not staying in your subconscious. But you also have to go back and look at what was that dream about. When I was younger, I kept having this dream for about a year that I was falling. It was my mother, my father, and myself, and we were just free falling. And, I was a kid. I was, maybe 8 or 9 years old, so I didn't understand the significance of it until a year later, when I realized that I was letting go. I was letting go. I was not holding on to my parents. I was not believing in them. And that happens a lot to what you might want to call gifted children, children who have the ability to see the other side. People don't believe them. So you feel like you're free falling. I felt my parents should have been there for me, and in my dream they were there for me. They just weren't holding on to me. And yeah, that's a big lesson for someone at 8, 9, 10 years old. But it helped. It helped me realize that, well, they didn't understand me. They did not understand what I was going through, and they were afraid for me. And so I had to help them better understand not to be afraid, and to let me hold on to them, to let me tell them what I see, because they were just trying to close me down. And in turn, it worked. I got my mother to tell things to, not my father. He didn't want to know, which is fine. Excuse me, which is fine. But you even at that age, I knew there was something significant about that dream, because it kept happening night after night after night. And I was just a curious kid, so I went to the library and I got a book on dreams. not the Freudian kind of dreams, but the kind that really explains that dreams are part of your subconscious, and that they're really your self, your inner self, trying to break through and give you some answers. So don't let nightmares bother you, but truly write everything down and then let go of it, and then turn around and look at it later in the day, and you'll see the significance. You'll be able to compare your life to it, because when you wake up from the dream, you're still in the shock of the dream. You're still in the disturbed state of the dream. So take dreams seriously, but not overly seriously. Nightmares are not about you being murdered in a past life. Yes, it happens, but you usually don't feel it so significantly. And if you have any questions about your dreams, write me, and I'll be happy to help you. And that's it for today. Ciao.